Hello everybody. I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm in my bathroom and I want to go ahead and do like a get ready with me. This is just like really simple drugstore products that I have been really enjoying lately and I just wanted to share it with you. So the first thing I want to show you is I love to wear my hair in a bun. People really don't know how long my hair is because I never wear it down. And I always get like these little, flyaway things that drive me crazy because my hair is actually super curly. So these drive me nuts. But if I keep hairspraying them down, they start getting really gummy and stuff like that. So I have a product that I found, and this is by Kristin. I'm a huge fan of Kristin. She is a celebrity hairstylist, and you can find her products at Target, like on the bougie side of Target. And her stuff is pretty affordable. So this is just like a recovering balm. So it does have like coconut oil and stuff. It makes your hair really nice and shiny. So if you have like these crazy little hairs like I do, I just kind of get the stick and kind of go over my hair. So if you have a really fine hair, you might want to apply it to your fingers and then go ahead and apply it to your hair, because then your hair is going to get like really oily. But since my hair is super dry and thick, it kind of works for my hair. So I just like to kind of place it right there. As you can see, it just kind of got rid of like all those little flyaways that I had going there. And then a drugstore hairspray that I really like is Tresemme. It comes like in different sizes. And this is really nice because you could keep layering this hairspray and it's not going to get gummy or flaky or anything like that. Now, Kristin does have amazing hairsprays. They're a little bit more expensive than this one. This one's like $3. And the Kristinesses are about $15, but they're like my favorite hairsprays. But this is like my own little personal hairspray. So I always, save the worst stuff for myself. So I really do like this. So there you go, no flyaways. And then Krista got me these little earrings. She buys them at Walgreens and they're super cute. They always have like some that are a little bit shorter and we wear them all the time. I love them. We're constantly giving them to each other. I don't know about her, but I always lose mine. And you'll probably hear Mia because she's crying because Mama's in the bathroom and locked her out. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my Thrive peel. I really like this peel because when you put like a little thin layer and then just kind of go around in a circular motion on your skin, it just gets really grainy, and that's just like I have a lot of grain coming off right here. That is just the dead skin cell that is going to be coming off of your skin. So I do like to use this like 3 to 5 times a week. Now I've seen a huge difference since I've been using this CBD stuff. I don't know if you could see, like right here, it is bubbling up. So whenever you apply your foundation or anything like that, you're going to have like really pretty smooth skin. Look at, can you see all this bubbling up? So ever since I've been using all these products, my skin has gotten to the point where I could just use a powder foundation and a little bit concealer. And that's where you kind of want to get to the point, especially when it's hot and stuff. You don't want to be wearing like a ton of foundation or anything like that because you just start getting a little cakey. So I'm just going to get a wet cloth and just kind of remove all of it off my face. And it does leave your face really nice and luminous. And I just really like a nice dewy look to my face anyway. And your face is going to be left feeling like a baby's butt. Of course, I'm drinking my Thrive shake. This is in vanilla. I love the chocolate. The vanilla is really good. It's growing on me. I'll drink it like a Frappuccino, put ice in it. Then I have my Thriving patch. This has been like the best thing that has ever happened to me because I just have so much energy to do everything. Like this morning, I got up super early and I got everything done in the house. I cleaned it, did laundry, And now I'm just kind of like filming, and I have the rest of the day to run errands and stuff because I've just, you know, been getting up so early to do all the things that I didn't have the energy to do before. Okay, so the next thing I have here is Thrive Skin. This is also Infinite CBD Correcting Serum, and it comes in a pump. And I just it's kind of runny and milky, and I just kind of like to apply this every day. This is really good for fine lines and wrinkles. It's good for redness to your skin. If you have any roughness to your skin, this is going to help smooth all that out. Okay, the next thing I have here is the Thrive Skin, and this is the Infinite AM PM CBD Moisturizing Elixir. This is good for all skin types. It is a really nice light moisturizer. It's not heavy. It is good for the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and for evening your skin tone. And it's also good for soothing and calming the skin. And it's really good for good skin cell health. So now we're going to use Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. This is a really nice light foundation. It's not heavy at all. I like to put it in the back of my hand just to kind of warm it up. And then I'm going to be using a Real Techniques brush. This is actually for powder, but I like it because it's really small and you could really apply your foundation really nice and light. I like the skin to look like skin. I don't like anything heavy. So this is nice because you could go around the eyes and the inner corners of the eyes, and it's just like a great little brush. Now sometimes if you put too much on the brush, as you could see, it starts getting a little creasy. So if that happens, you just get a little beauty blender and just kind of dab that. Usually what I like to do is I also like to skip around the eyes, especially if I have like a heavier foundation, because, you know, if you're getting older, like me, you don't want to put too much underneath because then you start getting a little bit on the creasy side. So you kind of want to avoid that. But if you do like to put foundation underneath the eyes, what I like to do is I kind of like to go back and forth because that kind of helps get the foundation or the concealer inside your creases. So it just kind of helps you from creasing later in the day. So I just used one pump, and I'm just going to have like a really nice sheer coverage to my skin, but it does look really nice and dewy. So the next thing we have here is the COVERGIRL concealer. I really like this concealer. It brightens up underneath the eye. It is kind of like a full coverage, so I like to go in really nice and light, and it stays on a good amount of time. I don't find myself touching, you know, up underneath my eyes later in the day. I do like to apply this after my foundation because I like my eyes to be a little bit bright, and I do like to go in with my Real Techniques brush. My airspun powder. This is a great powder. I don't like to bake too much because I do have dry underneath my eyes. Even though my face is really oily, underneath is dry. So if I start baking, then I start looking a little crackly later in the day. So I kind of just like to get a little beauty blender that's damp, and I just kind of put a little bit on there, and then I just kind of go over my areas that I feel that I'm going to get super oily, because I do want to keep that nice dewy appearance to my skin. And then I put the rest of it underneath my eyes just to kind of set underneath and keep that from creasing. So if you notice, I'm not really going into the cheek area just because I want to be nice and dewy. So one of my favorite bronzers from the drugstore is Butter Bronzer. This is Physicians Formula. It smells heavenly. It almost smells like beach suntan lotion, and this is the deeper one. They do have different shades. So I have this little brush that I picked up from Amazon. It kind of reminds me of the one from NARS. So I'm very light-handed, like I said. I like everything really nice and natural because I don't want to go outside and look like I have all these streaks on my face. Usually I do my makeup in front of the window because when I go outside, I know that I'm not going to look crazy, especially because I can't see very well and I don't want my face to look crazy when I go outside because sometimes, I'm just saying, it's not so good. So I just kind of like to buff that around the perimeter of my face. And I kind of go in with my cheeks a little bit just so that I have a really nice sun-kissed look. And then don't forget the neck, because this is an area right here that you don't really get a lot of sun. So you don't want to be nice and tanned everywhere and then your neck area is pale. And this is a very nice and blendable bronzer. So like I said, I do go in with a really super light hand. Okay, so this is also pretty new. So the concealer is actually really new. So if you have a hard time finding it, try like CVS and Walgreens, because that's where I always seem to find it. Another product that's new right now is the Airspun Loose Face Highlighter. I got this at Walmart and it's a pretty good size and it's fairly inexpensive. So I saw only two different colors. There's kind of like an opalescent pink, and then I got kind of like the golden color. It can get a little messy because it just has that little flap right there. So I'm just going to apply a little bit to the higher points of my face. I don't know if you could see that. And this is a beige brush. And then I'll put it at the tip of my nose and on my Cupid's bow. And sometimes I like to kind of go in on my forehead, just a little bit. Okay, now for brows. I like my NYS or NYX brows. This is really nice. This is kind of like a dummy proof pencil. You don't want anything that's super overly pigmented, because if you're not really good at blending them out, then you're gonna look like you have marker eyebrows. I like my eyebrows to look natural, so I really like this pencil. Another one that I really like is the Maybelline. I remember using this for my mother's makeup when I was little, and it is super old. It comes in pairs, and this is actually really nice, and this is super affordable. So what I like to do is I just like to kind of comb my brows a little bit, and then I go and fill them in. I just kind of feather them in, just really nice and light. And then I like to kind of extend my little tail there a little bit. And then I kind of comb it just to make sure everything is nice and blended. And then I go above my brow hairs just to make it a little bit fuller, because I am that girl that's constantly messing up my brows because I like to tweeze them when I don't have glasses on, so I'm always doing something crazy to them. And I'm using my little Jeffree Star mirror that I love. So just filling these in. Probably filling this one in a little bit more than the other one, because I just got it somewhat even like this one. So I just like them nice and light, nothing crazy. Okay, so the next thing I have here is in the Morphe palette. I believe this is the newer one, and this is a 39S, and this is the one with like all these really pretty purpley colors. Now it is a huge palette, and you know, I always complain about them being so big and stuff, but I always go in and buy them. So I don't know what my deal is. But anyway, I mainly bought this palette because of this color right here. Like, these are the colors that I'm drawn to. I love eyeshadows that look like they're wet. And I'm really big into topping off matte eyeshadows with like these kind of fun wet colors, and I have like a ton of them right here. So that's why I purchased this palette, because I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch like these ones right here that I'm like in love with. Okay, so the first one is this gray color right here. And now these do have kind of like that glittery little, you know, sparkle to them, so they are going to have fallout. So I would suggest definitely when you apply your eyeshadow, go ahead and go in with a little bit of a glitter glue and then apply these, or you're going to definitely have fallout. Okay, the next one right here is this really pretty soft pink color. That's what that looks. You can see they almost look, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the gray one again. It almost looks like they're wet. So I don't know if you could really see. They're just really soft, you know, like eyeshadow toppers, I call them. Okay, the next one is this one right here. I wish this was like in a smaller palette, but that's that one right there. And go ahead and swatch that one. And the one that I basically bought this entire palette for is this one right here, because I kept going back to it at Ulta. I would leave it and go back and forth. And then finally I was like, oh crap, forget it. If I buy one eyeshadow, it's gonna cost me $30-something anyway. So this is a color right here. These are colors that I'm always drawn to. And look at that. I don't know if this lighting is even doing it any justice, but it is like so gorgeous and wet looking and so sparkly that it just got me really excited. Okay, the next one is this one right here. I'm gonna do that one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do this soft pink again. Well, actually not again. There's another soft pink, but this one is more like a lavender, I should say. So that's that one. See how you can see it just looks wet. I'm like obsessed with it. And then I'm gonna do the last one, which is this one right here. I mean, they're ridiculous. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do all three. So the swatches, I promise you, does it no justice whatsoever, but they're stunning. And another one that I really liked was this guy right here. This glitter is so pretty. All right, so like, I'm loving the palette, even though it's huge, and I always have a pet peeve with super big palettes. But anyway, so I'm gonna be going out, and I wanna do a little bit of color to my eyes, and nothing crazy, but like I wanna do like a soft little lavender color. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna use my fingers, of course, because you know I love doing makeup with my fingers. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this purple color right here. So I'm just going to, I have so much junk. Okay, so this is the color, and I'm just going to press that into my lower lid. And purples are always really hard to make, and you know what? This one actually is pretty decent. So I'm just going to blend it, and then I'm going to kind of like buff it out with my finger, where it just looks really nice and blown. You know, the normal thing that I do all the time. I know, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I just love using my fingers because I just feel like I could really get in there and blend it out nicely with my finger. And I don't really have to worry about it doing anything crazy as far as like streaking or getting choppy or anything like that, because the warmth of my finger is just melting that color. This is like a beautiful, beautiful color. And you know, I'm not really much of an eyeshadow person when I go out. I always like to just wear like a sheer color of those golds and those soft colors that I showed you. That's why I'm like such a huge fan of this palette. All right, now I'm gonna go into this color right here. And then I'm just gonna press that in the middle and just work the rest of it. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. to get a little bit more of that color. And I'm just really gonna do, you know, my eyelid. I'm not really gonna go underneath or anything like that. I'm just meeting the girls out for drinks, and I just wanna do something really nice and simple, but with color. And then I'm gonna go into, oopsie, sorry, I knocked the camera. Now I gotta fix it. Jeffree Star mirror hit it. All right, so now I'm gonna go into this e.l.f. and I love this mascara. It is like really, really good. And you know, I always complain about not having enough lashes, and this actually makes my lashes really nice and fluffy. I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I do because I'm not like a huge fan of the little skinny wand. But of course, always take the excess off, because then you're gonna have like one big giant lash, or get a tissue and then just take the excess off. So this mascara is so good. I could build it up and it still leaves my lashes really nice and long and separated. So I basically just want to wear a ton of mascara with this purple eyeshadow. Can I tell you how much I love my Jeffree Star mirror? This is like the best mirror, and the best part of it all is that the mirror doesn't actually fall out of this, because I always have that issue. So I like this because I could really get in there in the inner corners of my eye and get those little lashes, you know, my 1.5 lashes that I have there. And it does make my lashes look really nice and curly. So, love the e.l.f. mascara. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into this Morphe gloss, and I have powder all over it, but this is Frolic, and it is like a really pretty, kind of like a frosted color. I'm trying to put it so you can see it. It's right here. So let me show you again. So now I'm going to apply it everywhere. I've been sick, sorry. And look how beautiful that color is. So what I like to do is, I like to go into my Cupid's bow, and I've talked about this before, just because I know what it looks like in photographs, because this is what I do to the models when I work with them. I put it right on the Cupid's bow, and then I kind of line my lips with the lip gloss. And then it makes them look naturally powdered. Is my camera up too high? So it just makes them look naturally pouty. And this is like the best color ever. Oh my gosh. I love this color. Then I'm thinking I need to put a little bit more blush. So I'm going to go back into this little jelly. And again, I'm going to put it in the back of my hand. Hold on. I gotta get rid of the purple on my finger, or I'm gonna have a purple blush. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I love this. It smells so good. So again, I'm gonna go in the back of my hand and smile and just put a little bit more, because I feel like I didn't have enough on there. And that's it. Just like a really nice, simple look with a little pop of color using all drugstore makeup. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.